So if you ride like this, you're not gonna pick up any chicks, all right? That's half the reason I got into motorcycling, all right? This looks ridiculous.
And if you're in second gear, you're gonna drop it.
Yeah.
Again. So brake while you're straight.
I got you.
Off your brakes.
Okay.
Get off the brakes.
I'm trying.
All right.
I got you.
Try harder, Dante.
I got you.
Need to cover the clutch or the brake at this moment. So just hands on the grips. Nice soft shoulders. Nice gentle break in the elbows. A little bit of a bend there. I don't want any shoulders up around their ears or anything like this. And remember to keep that wrist nice and low. Don't come at your throttle like this. Come at your throttle like that. And then what I want is with the eyes up, looking out at Chicago without looking at your hand. I want just a nice roll on throttle, roll off. And just practice doing that a couple of times. Roll on, roll off. There's your guante. There's that guante. Roll on, roll off. Get a feel for the tension in that throttle, and get a feel for doing it without looking at it. Because I don't want you staring at your hands while we're out there riding. I want you looking at the road, looking at what's around. So roll on, roll off a few more times without covering the brake or the clutch just yet. Roll on, roll off without looking down. So up and out. Good. Little softness. I don't want you up here. This is a very dangerous way to ride, all right? So I want you to look through. Good, good. All right, once we've done that a few more times, what I want is, everyone look up here. I want roll on, roll off, front brake. But what I want to be sure happens is that you roll off before you go to the front brake. What I don't want is roll on and then braking while you're rolling off. That will lead to both the throttle and the brake at the same time, and that can be dangerous. Roll on, roll off, front brake. Now the brakes on these motorcycles are very sensitive and very strong, and for that reason we recommend only the index finger and middle finger on that brake, and only the pads. You don't have to claw down to that second or third knuckle. Anything more than that, you'll be giving the brake too much, too fast. You're going to flip over the handlebars. These brakes are very sensitive. Do that a couple of times, and just like before, do it without looking at your hands. Roll on, roll off, front brake. Eyes up and out. Look at the Sears Tower. Roll on, roll off, front brake. Good. Leaving those fingers out can be dangerous. So here we go. All right. That might seem rudimentary and pointless, but trust me, it'll pay dividends later. We just want to get your muscle memory trained on how these things work, especially without looking at it, to keep us, just to keep us safe out there. Good. So in the online class, they had an acronym for proper startup. Who remembers it? Nice, that's right, mate. Riding a fucking motorcycle is nice. N-I-C-E-N stands for neutral. How do we check if the bike is in neutral? Just roll it. We put all the bikes in neutral this morning, so just give it a little push. If it rolls free, you are in neutral. The next letter is I. I is for ignition. So everyone turn that key one click to the right so it's straight up and down, like 12 o'clock midnight. You should probably see a green light in your instrumentation to verify your neutral status. That's awesome. Next is C, N-I-C. C actually has two parts this morning because we've got carburetors and cold engines. So we're gonna first choke. So back row riders, bring the slider down. Front row, whoops. And if you need your horn, you remember where it is. Front row riders pull that choke valve. Yes, Rose. Sliders on your left hand grip. This guy here. Choke on, choke on. All right, that choke is on. And then the second part of C and IC is clutch. I want everyone to have their clutch pulled in when they start the bike. We'll also have both feet on the floor. So, N, neutral, we did it. I, ignition, we did it. Choke, we've choked. C is for clutch as well. We've got the clutch in. Everyone check that red kill switch. Make sure it is set to run. And if it is, we can go with E. E is engine. Press the start button. Start the engine. me hear it. Good. And the other thing, let me have your throttle for a second. This is the other thing I want you to find. Real gentle. Just cruising, you know, 30 miles an hour. And now watch my hand. Close, brake. Try it. Good. Close, brake. Good. Kill switch. There you go. Turn that key. One click to the left. Drop the kickstand. And then turn the handlebars to the left and get off the bike on the left side. The same side as the kickstand. Excellent. Good. Good, good, good. This is what I want everyone to do. I'm going to steal your bike. Everyone just right here. Everyone stand. I'm going to put the sun at your back for a change. Good. How do we feel about that? I like the posture I was seeing from everyone and some nice gentle throttles. Good. Handlebars to the left. The reason for that is it's the most stable way to park the bike. It transfers more of the bike's mass, more of its weight, to the left of the center line. If you want to be clenched and tight on the bike, there is a place to do it. It's with your knees on the tank. This is where you hold on to the bike. This is where you're snug. So I want your knees on that tank. Jay says, imagine There's a $50 bill, $100 bill between each of your legs and the fuel tank. Hang on to that money. Hold it on there. Keep your money. And these pegs, look at my feet. These pegs are designed for the front of your foot, not the middle, certainly not the back. Okay, I want the front of your foot, and I want your feet pointed the direction you're going. Okay, I don't want to see people riding like this. That's a dangerous way to ride. You're going to lose a foot. I also don't want to see people hovering over these two controls. You may accidentally trigger one of them. I had a guy a couple of years ago, every time he turned left, he would lean, push down on this foot, and he would kick it down a gear. So he'd say, there's something wrong with the bike. Every time I make a left turn, it goes into neutral. No, there's nothing wrong with the bike. You're pushing it down in neutral every time you turn left. So, feet back, pointed forward, knees tight on the tank. And watch what I can do. With this contact and this pressure, I can manipulate the motorcycle with the lower half of my body. Tomorrow, we're going to ask you to start shifting your weight on some sharper turns. It's going to be much easier if you're riding tight here than if you're riding the bike like this. Also, if you ride like this, you're not going to pick up any chicks. All right? That's half the reason I got into motorcycling. All right? This looks ridiculous. You want to be cool, nice and relaxed up here. And then, of course, last, certainly not least, from the neck up. Where do we look? At our hands? At our instruments? No, of course not. Do I stare at the ground 3 feet in front of my front tire? Do I? No, of course not. I've got my chin up and my eyes out. I'm looking downrange. I'm playing long ball. If you look downrange, those objects that are coming, whether it's a pothole on the street or a little orange cone today, it's going to come at you a lot slower. You're going to have a lot more time if you're looking out. If I see you riding like this, I'm going to get very upset. Now, I know you've still got to figure out where some of these controls are. And we'll see people pulling the clutch and then immediately look. Where's that gear shifter again? That's fine. You got to look down to remind yourself where that shit is. That's fine. Do it. But then get your chin back up and look back out at the road. All right? So what's going to happen is when it's time to ride, everyone's going to go back, get their bike, and you're going to push your bike out onto the range. You can push it out, straddling it, and walk it that way, or you can get off and walk next to it, whichever you prefer. I've got a line of green cones right here. I've got a line of orange cones. Both of these lines do a big circle around the course, and we're just going to do laps. So everyone's going to line up on the cone, and we'll tell you whether you're in the orange lane or the green lane. And when you get to your cone, hop on the bike, and the first thing we're going to do is find what we call the friction zone. Who knows what I'm talking about when I say friction zone? Shout it out.
You release the clutch. The bike.
Who's talking? Everyone's got their helmets on. Yes, Jeff, right? Where the clutch engages. When Jay has that clutch all the way in, how much power is going to the tire? 0%. When it's all the way out, how much power? 100%. But there is a spot between 0 and 100 where the gears start to engage. We call that the friction zone. It's going to be different on every bike. All right, every bike is going to have a different clutch sensitivity. It's like a fingerprint, and you're going to find yours on the bike you're riding today. To do that, of course, we have to put it in gear, and we have to start it up. So let's watch Jay go through nice. N for neutral, I for ignition, C for choke and clutch, and then E for engine. Check the kill switch and press that button. Use the chokes again. Some of your engines were still a little bit cold, so let's choke them for another 30 seconds or so just to make sure our engines are warm enough. And then we can say, take off the chokes. And now we're going to find the friction zone. So we have to put the bike in first gear. How do we do that? Clutch in, exactly. And Jay's going to tap down on that gear shifter. Notice he didn't stomp on it. It responds better to a tap. It is not a pedal to be pushed, and it is not something to be stomped on. So once Jay's got it in first gear, he releases that clutch, and and there's a spot in that release where the gears start to engage and the bike starts to roll itself forward. When he feels that happening, he squeezes the clutch back in and he pushes the bike back with his feet. Release, it rolls forward, squeeze in, push it back with your feet. Release, it rolls forward, squeeze in, push it back with your feet. Now he's found the friction zone. Now what would happen if Jay released that clutch too fast or too far? It'd stall out, right? Yeah. Now if you go past the friction zone and it stalls out, that's fine. To get back in the game quickly, don't touch the key, the gear shifter, anything. Just pull in the clutch, hit the start button. You're still in first gear. No matter how many times it happens, clutch in, press that start button. And you will see how gentle you have to be on that release of the clutch to initiate that forward movement. Try and do this, once again, without looking down at your hands. I want you to get a feel for this.
So, Kevin, the first like 5 or 6 will send you on morning. Right?
Okay.
All right, so come on over. Let's start with you. You're gonna take the taller orange all the way at the end. Okay? Just push it out. Yeah, you can either do it that way or push it off to the side. That's kind of a light workout, but no worries. Okay, you're gonna take the second orange. All right, you'll take the third orange. The cone is going to be at your left foot. You're going to be on the right of it. So 1, 2, 3. You'll take the fourth orange cone, Neil. You'll be right here. And then why don't you come out? It's fifth one, right here. Keep going, Neil. All right, now let's start in the back. All the way up, right? Talk. You guys drop me out. I'm not with the screen. Right me. Give me a come over, give me the fifth orange. Stand a little bit, you're going to feel the bike starting to pull you forward. When you feel the pull, you're in friction, pull it back in and rock yourself back. That's all you got to do. Ease it out nice and slow, and then pull yourself back in. That's it, good. So all that happened was sometimes your wrist kind of starts a little high.
Yeah.
So just keep it like right here so your wrist is slightly lower than your knuckles.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep it out real slow. Just try your left hand. So try getting out. Yeah, hold on to everything. Get your 4 fingers over here. Cool. And then just ease this out. Bring your eyes up. Start real slow. That's it. Good.
I thought it was like with the brake, we were only using 2 fingers.
You don't even, yeah, that's when we start braking for part 2.
Okay.
But right now, all you want to do is just get a feel for your left hand. Go ahead, try it again, ease it out slow. You don't even need gas. Feel that? That's it.
Yeah.
Just keep doing that first.
I got you. it's getting cold. I'm gonna tap, but it's low key not that bad at all. Relax. I should have barely pulling up and everything.
Those eyes up and out. Up and out. Up and out.
On your camera, are you?
A little bit.
Are you? All right, just shut it off.
Shut it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please. Good guys, walk it out.
keep your eyes up. Remember that clutch comes in and stays in, or you'll stall every time.
Shit.
All right.
While throwing your body the other way. Ah, shit. Fuck. That shit's annoying as fuck. Honestly. That shit, bro. You don't understand, bro. That's why you don't hover over it. Fuck, I wish this shit recorded my audio better, honestly. Hey, go ahead. I'm doing it the same way. I don't understand. Like, I'm not coming in here hot. Using straight brake. Letting the bike roll. Letting the bike roll. Right. Exactly. Using the ground on the bike. Came to a stop without stalling, bro? Oh my god. It's so hard not to get on the brake.
Yeah, I know. But guys, brake, but while you're straight.
Yeah.
You're braking in the middle, and if you're in second gear, you're gonna drop it.
Yeah.
Again. So brake while you're straight.
I got you.
Off your brakes.
Okay.
Get off the brakes.
I'm trying.
All right.
I got you.
Try harder, Dante.
I got you. Off the brake. Off the brake. Oh. Okay.
Now the other way. Off the brake.
I feel like. Shit. I'm on the brake still. Fuck. Damn. So I'm trying to do it in second. You said what?
That was that whole wall yesterday.
It makes you, doing this makes you want to go bad bike now, honestly.
That's why I'm in the process of doing it, just so I can have something to practice.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. Cause like when I looked online,
riders, you're gonna ride the beat.
when I looked online about like the testing and stuff, it's not until like April I think. So it was like, you know, I need to practice it because waiting the whole month then coming back trying to do it. I like this way better already.
Yeah, go front.
Okay. Oh shit. I didn't look. That's what I didn't do. Yeah. Here, right? I didn't question.
Alright, whenever you're ready, I'll in first gear.
Okay. This is way better than the second gear U-turn. I feel like second gear I was worried about going too fast. That's
trying to roll on this.
yeah. Do mine? Do they work? Wait, is it on? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It don't flash?
Just light up.
Oh shit. Not that hard. What happens if we put our foot down?
It's gonna cost 2 points.
Okay.
It'll cost you 5 points.
Okay. How many points can we get?
10.
Okay. Shit. Okay. I didn't look. I felt it. Okay. Shit. Oh, I'm okay.
Good, good save. Let's go right. Try again.
I keep releasing the clutch. Fuck. Releasing the clutch. Stop releasing the clutch. Stop releasing the clutch.
Okay, not bad. A little more speed.
Okay. Do I still need more speed or no?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Good, try again.
Stop. 4 seconds. There we go. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Popping the clutch too fast. Popping the fucking clutch too fast. Okay. I still feel like I'm pulling with this.